Thanks for the time, Brian. Sorry about the outcome here. I wanted to ask though, as far as playing Dane, is it just a matter of possibly coming against a keeper? Obviously, he's in his prime right now, the front runner for goalkeeper of the year, and he had some really good stops on some of Musaski's shots there. So, was it just a matter of coming against a keeper that's you going to cause you guys trouble, obviously, in this
Well,
series?
obviously, he had a good performance. But what I would say, Jada, is that if you look at some of the chances that we created, and we created a lot, um, you know, Albert's set piece in the first half that Ymar just heads over the bar, I think it was the corner kick. He didn't have to make a save. Albert had another one, a corner kick. Maybe it was a free kick. I think it was a free kick that Ymar just got over the bar. In the first half, corner kick, Christian heads it, and their guy is on the end line and saves it on the end line. So, St. Clair didn't have to make the save. The little combination play that Paul had in the first half, he didn't have to make saves. So it's a combination of both. I mean, the biggest save that he made, we were just watching in there, was obviously the ball that Jordan slips across the Moose and it's inside the six, he makes a save there. He makes the play. So credit to him.
Was Leva entering? Was that a for in prep for the penalty kicks or possible penalty kicks or yeah? What was his?
Yeah. It was, the penalty kicks are funny because it can go either way, go one or two ways. And last year we were lights out in our penalty kick shooting. And we have practiced penalty kicks for the last 2 weeks. And it was really surprising to me that guys that are normally lights out, tonight missed. So maybe tonight just wasn't going to be our night.
All right, Jeremiah, over to you.
Yeah, if you're balancing, like you said, you've been on the other side of these shootouts, but if you're balancing the reality of the result with the way you played, how do you go about messaging that to the players?
Well, the messaging is, we played well in many aspects of the game, but we didn't win. And so what, I'm asking them open-ended questions so that they can reflect on the plane. And then, acknowledging that it's frustrating to play against a team that, sits back and doesn't want to take risks and, will take 45 seconds on goal kicks. That's all part of who they are. I mean, St. Clair in his interview after the game, the coach said that's what they're going to do. So we can't control what they do. So we have to focus on what we are going to try and accomplish at home.
George, go ahead and ask your question, please.
So, Coach, you were playing with two center forwards. I was curious if you thought about adding Alsace to the mix because it seems like he's a big body, good on headers, that he might cause some chaos for the defense if that's part of your plan in the future.
Maybe. Could be.
All right, next question we'll go to Nico Antu. Nico, go ahead, please.
Hey, Coach. This will be the first time in the best of three series that the team will be going into game two with a disadvantage. Do you see more of a cautious approach at Lumen, or how do you think this will affect the team's approach going into game two?
We came out here to try and win the game in regulation. We'll do the same thing at home.
All right, there are follow-ups. That's fine. Or first-time questions, go ahead, hit that raise hand function button for us for now. We'll go over to Jeremiah for his second.
Yeah, Brian, I guess, what do you think you did particularly well in this game, both defensively and offensively?
Well, obviously our possession was pretty good. I thought our patience at times was pretty good. There were a couple times in the first half, a couple times in the second half, we were able to do what we trained, where we got guys closer together. Our counter pressing was effective. The active defending or, Ymar coming back, eager to make plays. Some of the defending we'll work on. But they didn't score any set pieces. We were able to do a decent job there. They were close on a couple, but I thought it was okay.
All right, we'll take one more, maybe two. George, go ahead, please.
So, Coach, the move of Jordan Morris to the right, you've done that a lot in previous years. I think this year not so much, but it worked out really well. He created a lot of danger for Musovski. Is that something that you might start the next game with? A little bit more information on that.
Possibly. We'll review the film and try and make the best lineup choices that we can. I mean, it's a possibility.